Shalom, I give all and the glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. I give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim pushing this word across the four corners of the earth. And as you saw from the previous video clips, one in particular that was showing the U.S. flag that fell down during the Olympic gold medal ceremony. And this happened in London back in 2012. And another clip you saw at the Bills versus the Jets game back in 2013 at the pregame ceremony, and they show you how the whole U.S. flag just ripped in half. And through the spirit, those particular events are very symbolic of things to come to America, known as Babylon the Great. And this is Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So before Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua lays out a decree or he declares something, he tell a certain portion of people on this earth of his deep secrets, his mysteries, his dark parables and sayings. Which leads me to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter and the 2nd verse. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. They may be run that readeth it. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for a appointed time. And you go into this word vision, it goes into divine communication. So if he had that divine communication from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we can rightfully say that the brother Habakkuk was a seer. And a seer is an observer, a person who prophesies future events. So he saw the end times of this place of America, known as Babylon the Great. He saw this so-called white man was going to be lifted up in a high status and he was going to be taken down by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He saw the nuclear missiles. He saw the host of angels coming on with Yahushua destroying this place. And all the prophets had that vision of these end times. So for the vision is yet for an appointed time, meaning a designated, allotted time, that when the Heavenly Father Yahweh gives his son Yahushua that green light to come back and destroy this place of America, redeem his elect out of it, and also from the four corners of the world. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And going back to the previous clips of this video, those are spiritual tokens or symbolic signs that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, he's going to tear this place up. Now you have to ask yourself, if you have any type of spiritual intellect, like why would that just happen in front of all these people? You see a giant U.S. flag and all of a sudden it just ripped right in half while they're singing their so-called Star Spangled Banner. That is very prophetic of things to come. And this is Ezekiel 2:9. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein, meaning the Holy Bible, which goes back to the Greek biblos, which means collection of books. Verse 10, and he spread it before me, and was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. So these are part of the visions that the different prophets or righteous seers had in their different times here on the earth, where majority of them are back here in today's time in the process called reincarnation. And now they are reading about what they wrote aforetime, and they bringing out the biblical prophecies out there on the highways and the byways, doing their daily videos. That's why you read different books like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, and Zechariah, it will say, moreover, the word of the Lord came upon me. So that divine communication came upon those particular men and other men in the scriptures as well, to see these end times, to see America being divided, seeing America being destroyed by nuclear missiles, and by when Yahushua comes back with the host of angels destroying this place as well. They saw the elect getting beamed up through the spirit. And just to prove that through example, and this is 2nd Ezra 14:1. And it came to pass upon the 3rd day, I sat under an oak, and behold, there came a voice out of a bush over against me, and said, Ezra, Ezra. And I said, here am I, Lord. And I stood up upon my feet. Then said he unto me, in the bush I did manifestly reveal myself unto Moses, and talked with him when my people served in Egypt. And I sent him and led my people out of Egypt, and brought him up to the mount of where I held him by me a long season. Verse 5, and told him many wondrous things, and showed him the secrets of the times and the end, and commended him, saying. So all the righteous prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua are going to have the deep secrets, the dark sayings, the hidden mysteries of the understanding of this word. That's why it's stated in Amos the 3rd chapter and 7th verse, surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. And even with the elect women of our nation, they might have certain visions or dreams about these end times. But in order for them to understand and break it down, they have to have a righteous prophet or seer to do so. And also with these other nations as well, because it's prophesied in Joel the 2nd chapter, how the Most High was going to pour his spirit upon all flesh, and how the sons and daughters should prophesy, the old men should dream dreams, meaning they're going to have these different end time visions in these latter days. But at the end of the day, to get to the real understanding of the word, having the understanding of these deep secrets, these hidden mysteries, these subtle parables, that's only given to the true prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's going to the 144,000 elect men out of the nation of Israel. And this is Mark 3:23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And just observe the times where we are in right now with America. You have divisions amongst the political parties. You have the Democrats against the Republicans. You have the right wing against the left wing. You have the liberalists against the conservatives. That's causing division. And even though these higher ups that are within these political parties, they might be close behind closed doors, but they're playing an act to the masses. And you have these simpletons, these Americans that are in gross darkness that actually believe this stuff. And they're actually beefing amongst one another, claiming their different parties, what they represent. So within that, you have separation. And another example, look at what's going on with the division of religions. All these different denominations, but you're supposed to serve one God. You have the Baptists, you have the Methodists, the Roman Catholics, the Presbyterians, and the list goes on. So even within that, you have divisions. So Yahushua was speaking in the spirit right here. And he's saying, if a kingdom divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So that's how we know through the spirit that America is not going to last long. It's not able to stand by itself. That's why all these different divisions, separations, all these protests and riots are going on throughout this country, because this so-called United States is being separated. Verse 25, and if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. Going back to the end vision that all the prophets saw in these latter days, which means that they were seers and they had that spiritual insight to see the future times, these future events, hence biblical prophecies. And that's why Yahushua himself stated, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division, which are spiritual stamps or indicators through the spirit that this place America is going to go through all these types of things before Yahushua's second debut. And as you saw these different clips at the beginning of this video, I was just checking out some of the comments on them, and you had a lot of people saying like this is symbolic, it's prophetic. This place America is a cursed country. Then you also would have certain idiots, would say little jokes, things of that sort. But these people really don't know the true meaning why Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to come back and destroy this place. America has been that golden cup which has made all nations drunken off its philosophies, its democracy, its witchcrafts, perverseness, and its way of doing things. Where you have these other nations now pursuing the ways of this whore, America, because they are drunken off that Babylonian wine. And that Babylonian wine represents sins, iniquities. And as it says that the wages of sin is death. So following this place America is going to lead you to death. And that's what a lot of people cannot spiritually comprehend. And this is 2 Peter 2:6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly. So with Sodom, Gomorrah, and those other three ancient cities along with Sodom and Gomorrah, they was doing nothing but wickedness, sins, and witchcrafts, which made the Heavenly Father Yahweh angry. So he destroyed those particular cities and set that as an example for future kingdoms to come of what not to do and how not to live. But with this so-called white man being the biblical Edomites, that vessel of dishonor, he's going to do the totally opposite of what the Heavenly Father told him to do. Because he's contrary, he's not right. He's that vessel that's made to be crooked. So by him being prideful like that, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to make this place America to be that next example to those that after should live ungodly. So that's why that Besem destruction, which are those nuclear missiles, is going to sweep this sinful kingdom off the map. That's why it's going to be a harsh judgment coming to this place. So America's going to be that new forbidden zone in the next kingdom to come, under the kingdom and vibration of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, as us being the true rulers on this earth, the Israelites. We're going to look at America as this forbidden zone and show our children of how not to live, of things not to do. But even though they're going to be spiritually programmed with the laws, statutes, commandments, but this place still going to be that great Holocaust, that great memorial. So those are beautiful signs to see a large U.S. flag like that in the middle of a ceremony falling or getting ripped in half. And that shows you through the spirit that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua are the ultimate Jates, which they have sense of humor. But at the end of the day, they're still showing prophetic signs for what's going to come to this place, America. And as it says, for that vision is yet for a point in time. And it should speak and not lie, and it will surely come. So the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his son, Yahweh Shai, are not men that they should lie. If they say it's going to do it, it's stamped. So with that, hope y'all was edified. Y'all stay strong. Shalom.
Now wind gusts around 90 miles per hour shredded the giant American flag that flies high outside Acuity Assurance in Sheboygan. Lance Allen shares the work that was done to properly replace it.
We call it the world's tallest symbol of freedom.
So imagine the shock last night when Acuity's American flag was torn.
That is by far the most damaged I've ever seen one of our flags. Yeah, it was, I've never seen anything like it.
The insurance company treats the U.S. symbol with utmost respect and had it replaced by 7:10 this morning.
So we do have some special containers that we put it in to transport it back to the building, and then can properly, handle it once we have it here. But the main thing is to make sure that we're always keeping it off the ground, whether it's going up or coming down.
Lance Allen, TMJ4 News.